The days at work I passed out, just cold, and had no idea what was wrong with me, and I woke up and I was in the hospital, and I was being told that I was diabetic. And I had no understanding of what diabetes was.
When I was first diagnosed, I didn't really know a lot about the disease,
right.
and so I was actually thinking I was going to die.
I went to the doctor, and he said, "You know those high blood sugar numbers you've been dealing with since you were 36? Well, you've graduated. You've got type 2 diabetes, young man."
Even Tom Hanks can make that sound smooth. Those celebrities and these are among more than 29 million Americans who have some type of diabetes. And in your health this morning, is it possible that you or even your kids are diabetic? Dr. Todd Alonso from the Barbara Davis Center for Diabetes is here, and he's with some helpful answers today because today is World Diabetes Day. So first of all, there are two types. Can you at least give a quick explanation on that?
Right. So there's about 29 million Americans we think that are living with diabetes. 95% or so have type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is associated with poorer lifestyle choices, so being overweight, out of shape. And then that's primarily a disease of adults. In children, we have type 1 diabetes. We usually think of that as a pediatric disease. But actually, half of the people diagnosed with type 1 are adults.
And sometimes with kids, it seems like the warning signs go completely unnoticed. I don't know if our viewers know, I do some volunteering work with the JDRF and everything like that, and it seems a lot of the stories are, we didn't know until. So explain that.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. In children, the symptoms accelerate pretty quickly, and you go from having a healthy child to something's going on, we don't know what it is, to being very sick and in the hospital. And we know in our region in the last 10 years or so, the rate of being very sick in children has gone up, and about 50% of the children who are newly diagnosed in Colorado actually spend at least one night in the ICU right now.
So I mentioned the JDRF. Can you explain? I'm sure you could give a nice quick brief of their cause and their mission and some of the things they're doing around here. Yeah,
well, JDRF's a wonderful organization. It's been around for nearly 50 years, and they're funding for a cure. That's one of the main thrusts of what JDRF does, but also for technologies and awareness and things like that that will affect people pretty soon.
Well, and speaking of some new technologies, there's been some new things that have come through the FDA. Can you explain some of the developments that we've seen, some of the steps forward that we've taken now, and
right.
the quest to get rid of type 1 diabetes?
Right. So, you know, on one hand, there's a cure, and we've been looking for that for a long time, but we realize that there's technologies that will reach people in the next couple of years. And so there's been a lot of acceleration on that front. There's a lot of developers working in that area. And the artificial pancreas is what we talk about, is sort of that would be a closed loop system where you pump it and forget it.
Yep.
And so the FDA just approved a product that we expect will be launched in the spring, where an insulin pump works with a glucose monitor and in a way works together. Those two things work together as a closed loop. So
and these things are crazy now. You can like track them on your smartphone and everything like that. There's ways that you could look and monitor your blood sugar. So that's type 1. Type 2 as well. They've showed a lot of weight loss after a diagnosis, and it seems like that helps. Is that usually the case?
Yeah, you know, being fitter will make you more sensitive to insulin, so the insulin that you already make will work better. So even for somebody with type 1 diabetes, being fitter will help, help you manage your blood sugars.
All right, well, thank you very much. We'll put this on our website. And JDRF, we've got some more events coming up on that as well, and we'll have you guys back in, and we'll be talking about those as we get closer to the month of April. So thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you, Greg. Appreciate it.
Guys?
Thank you, Greg. It's such an important issue, and if you know anyone who suffers from diabetes, I mean, it's something that's there for your life, and they learn how to manage it. That's the amazing thing. Thank you for that. 8:17 right now.
Yeah, we've been hearing about protests against President-elect Donald Trump for several days now, but a group in Steamboat Springs, they're all